I would like to address my talk more on the seabed vision, and I'm French. Nobody is perfect. You will wonder what I'm doing here. I'm not a country who have access to the Black Sea, not yet. We will never have access to the Black Sea. And in fact, we have the luck to have been able to work with our Romanian colleague for bilateral collaboration in the 90s, and we enlarged the collaboration to Bulgaria, Ukraine, and Turkey, and we were able to have access to the Black Sea. And I think there is one important question today, as we are really facing this problem of climate change. People are talking about climate, and since the COP21, we had the chance to make the politicians understand that the ocean has a very good impact on the role of the climate. And I would say that the Black Sea is one of the important bodies. In Europe, we have the chance to have two important semi-enclosed bodies, probably the only one on Earth, the Baltic Sea and the Black Sea. And the Black Sea is one of the most important paleoarchive. If we come back to the last glacial maximum, 20,000 years ago, you had a very important ice sheet on the Scandinavia, 3,000 meters, 3 kilometers of ice, and this ice has melted, and most of the big rivers, you know, have driven this water to the Black Sea, was a lake. So one point which is important, if you want to understand what is the climate change, how the climate variability is acting, it's very important to have access to the past. With the past, you can model. If you want to do model, you have to understand how the climate has changed. And one of the good areas to study this, and we have discovered that, is the Black Sea. I have only 6 minutes, so I will go very far, and you will ask me, what is this used for the society, what we can do? So the Black Sea has received a lot of sediments coming from the melting of the water transfer by main rivers like the Danube, and the Danube is also important because it has drains the Alps. And a lot of these sediments has been transformed into gas. And there's a lot of gas and oil, so you are aware of that. Many of companies, oil companies, has been acting in the Black Sea recently. The Turkish company, TPIO, but also American company and French company, La Total, are very happy to seek into the Black Sea. But what is also one of the important reasons with the climate change and the gas were trapped in the sediments is geohazard, is gas hydrates. Gas hydrates can migrate, especially, and destabilize the sediment and create slope failures. And I really recommend that we have a better understanding of that because it could be very important. So, couple decades ago, there were some tsunamis occurring in Bulgaria due to instabilization on the slope and due to heatings of the water and increase of the sediments. Here are examples where the gas hydrates are located. You can see there is important gas hydrates, and we are now sure that these gas hydrates and instability zones are related to climate change. It's a small body, the Black Sea, and there is a change in temperature and pressure. It's enough to instabilize the hydrates of the gas. And here is an example on the Ukrainian slope where you see we have the flumes of the gas, the flares, who are going out. And if you are not happy with our models, it's a vision of the bubbles who are related to gas escape on the Bulgarian shelf. When this framework program, Horizon 2020, started, I remember the commissioner of this period, Ms. Gingham Quinn, who said, I will be very happy to have in 2020 all the European seafloor mapped. It's only 2 years now, and I don't think we will never reach this in 2020, unfortunately. But we need to map the seafloor. And here I give you an example how we mapped. It's a Marmara Sea, and with the multi-beam, what you can do is really have a good vision of the plumes of the gas. And here was a study we did about the North Anatolian fault, which could be a big risk for Istanbul if there is a big earthquake. And we are following the gas plumes because they are on the fault, and more you have gas escaping, more you are sure that the fault will react in soon. So this is one of example that we have to finish probably, is a mapping of the European Sea, and yes, and when the European is one of the area when we work all together who has the highest, biggest economical zone in the world, and we have to work all together and probably go for marine study, collaborate together and try to map the seafloor, and small bodies like the Black Sea should be already mapped to answer our former commissioner's wish. Thank you very much.